Alright, everyone. Alright. Let's see if we're here. Let's see how it's going. It says I started it, so let's see what's happening here. Can you see me? Let me know. Let me know. I see the little things going around, so let's just see. It might be taking a second. Can you see me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Are we on? Are we good? How is the audio quality? How is the video quality? How's everything looking? Alright, let's just see. Let's check. Alright, we're live. So, I'm just going to go as if this is live because I'm noticing that there is a slight delay when it comes down to things from the new webcam, the new webcam that I got, and what I'm actually seeing on YouTube. So there's a delay. I'm saying like it looks like there's a 10-second delay, even though I said that there's nothing. So I apologize for that. I didn't intend there to be a delay, but anyway, we're just going with it. Hope the audio is good. Hope the visual is good. Hope everything's good. And I'm hoping for the best. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And well, here we go, another live stream, a live stream on Friday evening, Friday the 19th of January 2018. So tonight's live stream is, you know, I don't know how long it's going to be, I don't know how short it's going to be, or whatever. I'm just going to be, I'm going to be going for it, and this is just going to be some miscellaneous talk, some miscellaneous Q&A and all that good stuff, and, you know, we're just going to take it from there and see what happens. So I got a new webcam. The last time I did a live stream, which worked out good, I was using the built-in webcam for this laptop, which seemed to be doing a an okay job. It seemed to suffice, but the one issue of it, of course, was that the quality could have been better. You know, it was all right, but the quality wasn't perfect. And I was asking people, I was saying, well, what do you recommend? You know, what type of webcam do you recommend? And everyone was saying get a Logitech webcam. You know, get the Logitech C, you know, whatever. And I must have gotten like 15 different recommendations for that exact same webcam. So I went ahead, I got it, I bought it, I hooked it up, and that's the one that we're using tonight. And I did a few tests with it. So far, so good. Seems to be streaming all right. Seems like the audio's all right. Seems like the visual's all right. And the one issue that I'm noticing again is that what I'm saying right now seems to be having like a delay of maybe 10 to 20 seconds till it gets to YouTube, which is disappointing. But you know, hey, the fact that we're live without any extremely grievous technical difficulties is a feat in and of itself. So tonight's stream is just going to be some miscellaneous talk, some Q&A, as I said, and with that introduction out of the way, we'll just start. The way this works pretty much is I'm just going to be talking about whatever's on my mind. You know, maybe I'll be here for an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe I'll be here for under an hour. You know, I really don't know how long I'll be doing this for, but I'm set up. I got my stuff. I got my water filled to the brim. I got my Starbucks coffee filled to the brim. I got some more snacks. I got myself a muffin filled to the brim. I even got myself a banana here filled to the brim. So I'm prepared. I mean, I'm prepared, I'm set, and no matter what, I'm going to be doing this, and yeah, I'll just talk about what's on my mind. I'll look at the super chats in a minute, answer a few questions, do some miscellaneous talk, and you know, just kind of spend an hour or two this evening with all of you. You know, the last 2 live streams I did were fun. I think this third one's going to be pretty fun too. I'm gonna get to the super chats in a minute, so don't worry about that. One topic I did want to get to first and foremost. Believe it or not, you know, I had a little bit of a rough go about an hour ago. You know, it's 9:05 right now. About an hour ago, around 8 p.m., believe it or not, I got a full-blown, really bad anxiety attack. You know, I guess it was just the nervous anticipation, you know, over doing the stream. I got such a bad anxiety attack. I felt so sick. I was worried. I was saying, I might, I might have to cancel. I don't know if I could do this. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was so shaking. I felt, I felt awful. But things have gotten better, and I'm glad that was able to subside, and we're here. I'm feeling a lot better right now. I got all my stuff set and ready to go, and I'm looking forward to doing this live stream tonight. So with that being said, we'll get to it. Again, as I said, there's a bit of a delay. I apologize for it, but it is what it is. So, all right, I'm gonna check the super chats now. There's a way to do that, I know. It says super chat, open in a new window. Okay. There was a way the last time I was able to access those so much easier, I don't know why I can't this time around. I don't know. Things lagging like crazy. That's always a good sign. Let's see. Well, I opened... Okay, here we go. No, you're right. I was able to open it in a new window. Alright, so I'm going to address some of the super chats too, and yeah, just some Q&A coming up at this point. Duderino, Burger Planet made you? I don't think Burger Planet did, but maybe they did. Let's see, Malleable Tick. Hello, Reviewbrah. I was hoping you could be on the official podcast with Penguin Zero. He said he sent you a message, but you never replied. Well, I don't know if I got a message from him. If I did, I don't recall getting one. He could always resend a message, but I don't recall. Maybe it got lost in the, in the sea of messages. I don't know. I don't think I ever got a message. I don't recall seeing that one. Chad Williams, thank you. David, he said, what are your favorite shortwave radio stations? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This already has set me up for a long rant right there. But to give it to you short, because I know not a lot of people like hearing about the shortwave. Favorite stations, probably, I always liked Radio Kuwait. They played a lot of fun music. WRMI, that's another good station. They relay some good stuff. WBCQ is pretty good too. They have some interesting shows. I'll be talking about shortwave more and more throughout this, but I don't want to let that be the whole focal point of this, because I know it's boring to a lot of people. Michael, you're the best Reviewbrah. Thank you, Michael. Shout out to Whoopsie Daisy. Curtis, thank you as well. Let's see, Jimmy Hill. Hi from Arizona. Go In-N-Out Burger. Thanks for the live streams and videos. Thank you. I only had the chance of going to In-N-Out Burger once, believe it or not. Unfortunately, of course, on the East Coast, all of you on the East Coast, you can sympathize with me here. There are no In-N-Out Burgers. It's disappointing. It's terribly disappointing. But the only time I ever had the chance to try out In-N-Out Burger was back in early 2016, I think it was. Yeah, it was early 2016 when I went over to LA for the Tosh.0 film shoot. And the way that played out is I was, filming the episode with Daniel Tosh, and he somehow during the filming, because obviously even though the length of the segment was like 10 minutes, I filmed with him for probably 2 hours. And at some point, he was asking me all these questions for the show. At some point I mentioned In-N-Out Burger, and I said, I wanted to try them, but unfortunately timing just didn't work out. And he said, get this guy some In-N-Out Burger. And he actually kind of set it up and arranged it so that someone in his crew could take me over to In-N-Out Burger and I could get it tried out and do a review. But that's the only time I ever had it, but from my recollections, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Same thing with Jack in the Box, it was... I've never had Jack in the Box, but again, that place is like West Coast only. Don't know of any on the East Coast, so both of those places haven't really had the chance to try out to any great extent. Let's see what else. Love your content, Reviewbrah, long-time follower. Have you considered in the future going overseas and trying out some international fast food? I've thought about traveling internationally, but I'm not a big traveler myself. You know, I like to really remain stationary, as is, and you know, you never know what the future holds, right? You never know. Traveling for me is, it's very stressful. It's very, very stressful. It could be a bit of an inconvenience, but maybe one day you know, I'll do a little bit of an international venture. You know, I don't have that planned in the immediate future, but you never know. Let's see what else we got here. A couple of them coming in. John, do you know of Big Smoke's order? If so, will you do a review of the entire order at any restaurant, please? No, I don't. I don't know what that is. I'll look it up for you later, but I don't know what that is. You know, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like a code for... I don't know what it is. I'm not going to go to McDonald's and say I'd like to get one Big Smoke's order. You know, I don't know, but I'll look it up. I'll research it for you. Hi, friend, would you ever consider getting an Instagram account for the channel? Actually, that's probably going to be the next platform that I move to. It's slow. It's a slow and steady progression. I'm not a very social media type person. So I started with YouTube, then I added the Twitter, and then probably from there I might add an Instagram here and there, but I'm not going to be putting like a picture every day. It might be like an infrequent picture here and there, but you know, that'll be coming up, I imagine. This time asks, do you have any songs that make you emotional? Well, you know, that's a tough question because I do a lot of listening to music each and every day. I mean, I listen, usually whenever I'm on the computer, I usually have some music going. And, you know, certain songs fit certain moods and attitudes of the day. For instance, yesterday, I was listening to a lot of, gosh, I forget the name of the band. It's an early 2000s rock group. They did the song, Dare You to Move. You know, early 2000s rock. Then they became like a Christian rock group. But I was listening to them. I forget the name of what they were. But I was listening to them. And then a few days earlier, I was listening to Owl City. Was going through their entire discography. Must have listened to 70 songs of theirs in a night. So I listen to a lot of stuff. I do. Q&A. Opinions on the Smiths. They're a pretty good group. Pretty good 80s group. I like what they do. Are you seriously this weird? Indeed I am. As a matter of fact, I'm so weird that I even got nominated for a Shorty Award in the weird category. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that insane? That's a true stamped, confirmed, and official trademark of weirdness right there. Hope you're feeling better, Reviewbrah. Me, Greg, and my friend Noah love your content. Watch you all the time. Love from Tennessee. Thank you very much to the both of you. Yeah, I am feeling a bit better, which is good. Feeling pretty good. Switchfoot, that's what it was. It was Switchfoot, yep. For some stupid reason, I was thinking, but I know it wasn't. I was thinking Smash Mouth, and that's obviously not them. Switchfoot is the name right there. Getting to a few more super chats here. Dude, please go on the YouTube show Hot Ones. It's food related. Yeah, well, the thing about that is I tried to get something worked out with them back in December, but it fell through, unfortunately. But you never know what the future is going to hold. You know, I was very sick at the time and I couldn't do it, so you know, it had to be put off. But you never know. Alex, he writes, I know you don't drink alcohol, so I'm going to have one for you, my friend. VORW is my lullaby. Where can I buy a decent shortwave receiver? Well, you could buy one online. I recommend just getting it online. I would recommend getting a Texan PL380 receiver, PL310 ET receiver also, Texan PL660. That's the radio that I have. I actually have mine right here, which is a good radio. It's a very good radio. Those are the ones that I recommend. For more information, send me an email at vorwinfo@gmail.com, and you know, I'll provide you a full list there, but I just don't want to let this stream be a, you know, 100% shortwave related talk, because I know, again, there are a lot of people out there interested in shortwave radio, but there's a lot of people that just find it, you know, meaningless conjecture. What else do we have? What kind of music do you like? I also have anxiety attacks sometimes and bemoan the lack of In-N-Out Burger on the East Coast. Well, what kind of music? I'm really open to all sorts of genres, but I do a lot of listening to, like, probably 90s and 2000s rock, alternative, indie rock. But I'm open to all genres. I mean, I'll listen, you know, I'll give anything a shot, really. You know, there's no set genre that I say, you know, I hate, no, never listen to. Well, I'm open to everything, you know. I'll check it out. Let's see what else. Just going through the super chats right now. Let's see what else we do. New fan here. What made you decide to do fast food reviews? That's from Jimmy. Well, Jimmy, I decided to do fast food reviews starting in late 2011. Really, it wasn't like I had a dream one night and had a vision of a burger telling me to review it or something. You know, it wasn't anything dramatic that would, of course, sound good for the show or something, but that's not the case. Honestly, I just started doing it kind of as a hobby, as something fun to do, and I thought, well, at the time I had been reviewing energy drinks for about a year, and I thought to myself, maybe I'll try out food. You know, everyone's got to eat, and I decided to try out something from McDonald's, and I liked doing the video, so I just stuck with it afterwards. So that's where that came in. What about electronic dance music? You know, someone actually asked me that in my radio broadcast yesterday. They had a question. They said, what are your thoughts on EDM music? You know, the subculture, the festivals, all that stuff. And, yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. You know, I'm a very introverted person, so of course you're not going to find me at one of those. But just because I'm introverted, you know, some people, they think I think one way and everyone else should do the same. But rather, you know, I'm very introverted. I wouldn't go to those festivals, but if people like doing that stuff, going to those festivals, whatever, they're not hurting anyone, go for it. I have no problem with it, and bet there are a couple good EDM songs I listen to also. What do you think of the left versus right Twix ad campaigns? Well, it was a very, very smart advertising campaign, absolutely. You know, the one thing that kind of confuses me a little bit is you have a package of Twix bars, and there's two lined up next to each other. And there's left Twix, and then there's right Twix. Right? And it's very clearly defined, one is left Twix and one is right Twix. But what happens if I take the package, right? Like, let me use my radio as an example, right? This is a package of Twix. And right here is the left Twix. And this is the right Twix, or vice versa. And then I just turn it. And now the left one is on the right. And the right one's on the left. Deep stuff, I know. What else do we have? Please take a moment to discuss Arby's French dip and the onions on McDonald's burgers. Well, I can't discuss the French dip from Arby's because I've never tried it. Onions on McDonald's burgers, I don't have a problem, actually. I think they give it some much-needed flavor. You know, I always get usually two double hamburgers, and they put the onions on it and a pickle, some of the salt and pepper seasoning, and some ketchup and, you know, whatever. And those onions actually do a good job. They add some much-needed flavor, in my opinion. So, let's keep going down. Let's see what else we have here. Sarah, she asks, would you be open to class things up with a tea review? A tea review? Well, there's a chance. You know, there's definitely a chance of it. For sure. You know, I have the Unnamed Drink series, and the Unnamed Drink series covers any beverage, tea included. So you never know. You might see a tea review in the near future. Are you wearing a suit without a collar or a cardigan? I'm wearing a cardigan sweater. this is what I've been wearing this type of repertoire for a while, probably the last week. Just a variation of it every single day. This is just what I've been wearing, where I wear this cardigan that has a shawl collar, and then I wear it with a vest and a tie and a long sleeve white shirt. And then I'll just stand up real quick for you. Maybe you can see with some gray pants. Though sometimes I'll wear some black dress pants as well. But this is just the ensemble that I've been wearing because it, you know, I like it in my opinion. It just keeps me warm. It's been chilly lately, so you know, I just like wearing this. I like the way it looks. So this is what I've been wearing. You know, just a vest and then the cardigan, and then you know, a dress shirt and tie. This specific tie is an MC Escher necktie, which is pretty. You know, I've had this one for a while and I like it. The cardigan itself, I got at a thrift store, so I think it was at a Goodwill. I'm not entirely sure. And the vest, this vest is from a three-piece suit. And the gray pants I got from a thrift store also. So it's a little bit of mixing and matching of everything, but I'm just doing what I do. Just doing me. Back to a couple super chats. I know that they were coming in. Well, let's see what else. What is your favorite sauce? I don't really have a favorite sauce. You know, if I had to give like a really bland one, I would just say hot sauce or barbecue sauce, but I don't have like you know, I couldn't give an answer saying that, you know, yeah, Fiery Mike's circa 1988 hot sauce is my favorite. You know, I just don't have it down to that level of specifics, unfortunately. Let's see, I'm working my way down, let's see. Hi, Reviewbrah, love your videos a lot. I'm super interested. What are some of your favorite bands? Well, I like a lot of 90s bands. You know, like Oasis, Third Eye Blind. I don't know, could you hear those dogs in the background? If you can, that's a testament to the quality of this microphone. They're all the way across the street. They're howling away. But anyway, that was just a distraction. But favorite bands like Oasis, Third Eye Blind. I like a lot of stuff, really. Those are probably some of my two best ones. If you won the lottery, what would you do? Actually, I've been playing the lottery a lot lately. I buy the scratch-off tickets, and, you know, I'll go over to the convenience store. I'll buy a couple scratch-off tickets, scratch them off, see what I win. Never really win much of anything, but if I ever won, like, a lot, well, number one, I would try and help people out with it. I would try to, you know, give it to some of it to a reputable organization and try and do some good with it. Otherwise, try and, you know, help out my family, loved ones, and anything else. You know, I would try to expand my shortwave broadcasts with. I'd want to establish a shortwave service of my VORW show to Africa. Unfortunately, airtime to that part of the world costs a huge amount, so I can't do that. I even had to make a few cutbacks to my own broadcasts as is to save some money because it's just draining away. But if I won, that's what I would do. I would expand it, maybe set up a shortwave service to Africa, to East Asia, maybe to India as well. I would want to reach those parts of the world, and I just can't at this moment, but that's what I would do probably, you know. What else? Let's just see what else we have here. You should review some fine cheese sometimes. That's from Annie. Well, it depends on one's definition of fine cheese. I mean, if you looked at it from an outside perspective, one may assume that Kraft singles are a fine cheese. So fine, as a matter of fact, that they actually come individually wrapped per slice because they're just that fine and precious, you know, so it comes down to the technicalities in that regard. Alright, what else do we got? Sarah, I guess another Sarah, she says, love your Reviewbrah, thanks for spending some of your Friday night with us. What was your favorite movie of the past year? Well, thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your support. I'm not a big movie watcher, to be honest. You know, I'm not one, like, if I see a movie, right, if I see, like, a movie trailer, It says in theaters now. I'm not going to go out to the theater and see it. I mean, I probably haven't even watched a single movie in the last year that was released in 2017. All the stuff I watch is like from the 2000s. I've been watching a lot of horror movies lately, and some are good, some are bad. I find them pretty entertaining, rather than scary, but, it's interesting. I don't really have a favorite. I just watch whatever I watch. Always open to recommendations, always open to that. Someone brought this up. Yeah, I may as well address it. Yeah, the Tide Pods thing, that's so stupid. It's just my opinion. I can't even believe it's a fad. I mean, I can't even believe it. It's like it's utterly ridiculous. And that's just my 2 cents. Like, I can't. People, they always say review the Tide Pods. And who came up with that idea? I don't understand it. It's just puzzling to me. I don't get why someone would eat one of those things. Like, I remember back in 2014, there was a very short-lived challenge, and it didn't really go anywhere. I thought it was going to be a big hit, but it was called the Fire Challenge, where you were supposed to like dump some lighter fluid on yourself and set yourself on fire and then try to put it out. I thought that was absurd. Who would do that? And thankfully that didn't become a thing. Just a few assorted videos here and there, but the Tide Pods thing, I just don't get it. I don't know. I've never seen a Tide Pod and thought to myself, wow, this thing looks delicious. I just wanna chow down on that thing. I don't know. Don't do it. Just don't. You're doing a lot more harm to yourself than you might see at the moment. But that's my thoughts on the Tide Pod, the Tide Pod fiasco of 2018, I suppose. Back to the super chats. Has anyone told you you look like a young Winston Churchill? Oh yeah, I've gotten that before. I've gotten that. Certainly have. Certainly. Would you get a tattoo? Burger King logo, perhaps? Yeah, in your wildest dreams. I'm not a big tattoo person. I don't mind if anyone else gets a tattoo. The way I always put it is, like I dress this way. I might appear a certain way, but doesn't mean that, I think different of someone who doesn't. You could be tatted up from head to toe, and that's fine with me. I might not be a big tattoo person, but I don't hate tattoos. Do you finish the food that you buy? That's from Jimmy. That's a good question because it's one that I get a lot. It depends on the circumstance. When I get a review, and when I try to do a review, it depends on what it is. A lot of the time nowadays I don't finish it. My appetite has actually diminished a lot in the last year. I just don't do a lot of eating nowadays, and so nowadays probably I won't finish it. There's always going to be leftovers, and what I do then, if I'm not going to eat it, instead of throwing it out, I'll usually just go outside and I'll throw it outside for just a few little woodland fauna and miscreant animals to eat. And hey, if I can't eat it, I'm not going to throw it in the trash can. I'll just let some of nature's little creatures have a snack on me. That's what I do. That I have a tattoo of you on my butt. Well, that's lovely. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. Thank you for enlightening me on that. It's wonderful. Chris, he says, I just want you to know your videos have helped me through many hardships. Not only have you inspired me to be a better fast food consumer, you've inspired me to be a better human being. Well, thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate your kind words, and no, it means a lot. It means a lot. When I started this channel in 2011, I was doing it for fun. I was just doing it as a hobby. I never thought I would ever be seeing comments like that, to see if these videos and streams and all that would ever be helping anyone out. So it's stuff like that that's just amazing to me. Thank you. Let's see what else we have. I'm just going down. I know there's a lot to work with, and I do want to mention in terms of the super chats, I really do thank you for all of your support. The last video I did got demonetized by YouTube again. Got the yellow thing. I even took a picture of it. I took a picture of my computer screen to prove it. So that problem is still persistent, so thank you all for your support with the super chats. It really does help, number one, keep this channel going, and you know, it helps keep me going, helps keep the VORW radio broadcasts going too, because those were going through some rough times around New Year's, where I had to pull 2 broadcasts, had to cut a broadcast to Europe and one to North America because I couldn't afford it. But no, these super chats really do help out a lot, and I always enjoy going through these questions too. It's always a lot of fun to see what all of you have to say and ask, and well, let's see what also we have here. Would you ever be interested in doing film projects with people? I bet you'd be a cool asset to a project. Well, you know, the door is open. Who knows what the future holds? I've gotten a few very weird offers, but you know, you never know. You never know what the future holds, right? That's what I always say. I leave the door open. Like, sometimes there's things that I want to do and they just don't work out because of health issues or whatever. Like the thing with First We Feast, right? I had the opportunity to do something with them in December. I wanted to do it, and my health unfortunately prevented me from being able to do so because I was very sick and I couldn't do it. You know, I try to keep the door open, and I try to be open-minded, and I just, you know, I see what I get, and we go from there. Let's just keep going down. Greetings from Belgium. I don't know most of the fast food stuff you review, but you're great. Best of luck with all that you do. Do you like the band The Presidents of the United States? I think they're a 90s group, right? Like late 90s rock. I've heard a couple songs of theirs. I'm pretty sure that's the one you're talking about. I can't say I'm an avid listener of theirs, but yeah, I've heard of them for sure. Let's see what else we got. Have you ever tried a McGangbang? Yeah. Oh, I know about that, and unfortunately, I'm not going to order one of those. I'm not going to get it, because I know in my case, like, you might see videos of, like, some YouTubers go ahead and try to order one of these things, and they'll make it and they'll get it. I know what would happen with me is I'd go to the counter, I'd say, yeah, can I get a McGangbang? And they're just going to be looking at me like I'm nuts, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen. What else do we have? Ignacio. OMG, I mixed up the time zones and almost missed it. I'm just jumping in. Please forgive me, Lord Reviewbrah. I'm late. Love your content. You're awesome. No problem there. And you know, hey, you caught it. You're here right now. That's what's important. I know the time zones can be tricky. I know it could be confusing, but it's great to have you here. Whether you've been sitting here for the full 19 hours or whatever, when I set this up in advance, or if you just joined now, it's great to have you all here. 007, Mr. Yang. I'm not going to repeat your question. No, I have not. JR, thank you for your contribution. Says you are wonderful. Thanks for all your content. P.S. Please wear your hair down more. Well, thank you for the suggestion. You know, the one reason why I don't really wear it down, because I know a lot of people say that it looks better that way. Like I looked like the young Leo DiCaprio from Titanic, right? The one thing about that hairstyle, even if it might look better by a large majority of individuals, I don't know, it just bothers me for some reason to have the hair like touching my forehead and whatever, so I like to just keep it away from it. That's just what I do. But again, as I say, again, I'll leave the door open in the future, and we'll see. You know, you never know. You never know. What else do we have? Do you ever cook at home? I've never seen you eat a vegetable other than a tomato and lettuce on a burger. Well, thank you, Allison. We got a real live vegetable right here. So you might see me eat that on stream. I might quietly eat a banana for you all. And I could cook a few small meals. You know, I'm not a master chef. I know I do a lot of the food related stuff, but I'm not a master chef by any means. I'm not a culinary, you know. I'm not like one of those guys on Chopped or anything that can just put together a 5-star meal out of nothing. You know. I'd be a terrible cook, actually, but I still review it. Let's see what else. Hey Reviewbrah, thanks for the shortwave broadcast. This made my morning commute much more comfortable and tolerable. Well, thank you very much. Glad to see that you listen to the shortwave broadcasts. I try to promote it. I try to promote the broadcasts for, as best I can. And, well, it's great to see that you're listening to it. It's a service that I do every week for anyone interested. It's on SoundCloud, on TuneIn, and also on Shortwave. And, it's there for people if they're interested in it. I mean, I always, that was the joke. I know that the, shortwave may not be the most popular medium, but it's something that I try to promote. It's still useful. I mean, I remember when Hurricane Irma hit, power got knocked out, internet got knocked out, phones got knocked out, no Wi-Fi, no cell service, most of the local AM, FM signals were gone. What do you have left? Well, I had my shortwave radio here. I was able to tune in to broadcasts from the Caribbean, hear how the hurricane had impacted the area, able to use this because it has a really good AM FM radio on it too, to listen to local stations to try and get updates. Trust me, radio, it might not be a medium that you use every day, but AM, FM, and shortwave radio too can be very, very, very useful in times of emergency or disaster, and that was proven to me yet again, just this last year. I always recommend you have one. Plus, you could hear VORW on a radio. That's pretty cool, I think, to listen on your radio and get that analog aesthetic. But that's just me. Of course, I'll promote my own show, What else? Julian, Reviewbrah, I really enjoyed the content, and I hope the demonetization stuff gets taken care of soon. Would you consider doing a cookout review? I've already done a cookout review, as a matter of fact. I have. A couple times. I was in the Mid-Atlantic United States for a little while back in 2016, and late 2015 too. And yeah, I actually did a few reviews for cookout already. The cookout trays, awesome deal. Awesome deal. It's great, good value to it, and yeah, unfortunately, it's just a very regionalized chain. But I've done a couple reviews for them, and I liked what I liked what I got. Thought it was a good deal, good product. Grit Biscuit, Reviewbrah rules, with many an exclamation mark placed thereafter. Well, thank you. Sean, he says, please give a shout out to my friend Sam Slaughton. He is recovering from surgery and is your biggest fan. All right, a big shout out to Sam, and I really wish you a swift and healthy recovery from your surgery. Wishing you both the best. What else do we got? The chat's moving. There we go. Killin' for days with a pronounced Z. It's not days. Days with a pronounced Z, as I said. Have you ever considered being a guest on a podcast like the official podcast? Again, if I'm approached, I'll consider. But again, I don't recall getting any emails from any of these. But I get a lot of emails a day. I get so many every single day that things get lost rather quickly. And if it's put in the spam folder, forget it. That thing is just a wasteland. I mean, that place is a wasteland. That's a mess. They can always resend. Someone asked what my favorite Starbucks drink is. Well, it fluctuates. This is what I'm drinking today, though. It's a couple hours old, but it's still got some ice in it. This is the iced... What is this? This is the iced white chocolate Mocha. That's what this is. Very, very sweet. Usually I just get the iced vanilla latte nowadays, but I was feeling this one today, and I'm liking it. I like the sweetness in it. Kind of like a nice cool dessert drink. Plus, you get caffeine in it, too, which I need. I need that stuff to survive. Can you say your favorite intro line? Well, why the heck not? Absolutely. All right, I'll say it for you all. Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty Food Review. See, that thing that just rolls off the tongue. I could say that on command just like that. All right, what else do we have? Well, that was in response to the favorite Starbucks drink question. Jonathan, he says, have you tried Packy chips? If you do, you should try reviewing ghost pepper flavor. Never tried it. Ghost pepper flavor, why not? I got myself this notebook right here, so I'm gonna actually write it down for you. Mark it down. This isn't a cross pen, this is just a gel pen, but it writes down good because I'm getting some ink refills on the other ones. See? There we go, I wrote it down. That's just what I do. Any suggestions, I try to write them down. Alright, what else do we have? Hello from a fellow Floridian. I'm from Naples. You strike me as a man of God. What do you think when people jokingly refer to you as Lord? I don't mind it, People call me so many insulting things, every single day, where, you can call me what you want to call me, That's where that stands. I've pretty much heard it all. Tom Wood says, hi, I'm from Australia, so we have very limited fast food chains. So what are your recommendations for fast food chains in the U.S.? Love your content. I'd recommend Steak and Shake. Try them out, though they've been a little iffy as of late, but try out Steak and Shake. I recommend those. If you're on the West Coast, of course, try out In-N-Out, maybe Jack in the Box. I've never tried them out. Try out maybe Chick-fil-A. I know there's other good ones, but just try out the big ones. I see, all right, well, think, well, what am I feeling today? What do I want? What do I want to get? Do I want to get a burger? Do I want to get a chicken sandwich? If you want some real authentic Mexican food, you could go over to Taco Bell is alright, but Del Taco, that's a good one. Recommend them. They're pretty solid. There's one in Orlando. They're very good. Alright, what else do we got here? Have you ever been to South Carolina, and if so, what was your favorite meal there? Unfortunately, I've never spent an excess period of time in South Carolina, so I've just pretty much driven through there. The one time I was in South Carolina for a while, but I was very young. I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach, but I don't remember what I ate. It was just at local places there, so I don't recall, I'm afraid. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Cool Ranch Soda. Hey, thanks as always for your positivity and gracious sense of humor. How do the Smashing Pumpkins rate with you as a 90s band? Oh yeah, very, very much so. Though they have a lot of great work. I mean, they're a great band all around, and oh yeah, I love their stuff. I love what they do. They got a great sound, and yeah, Smashing Pumpkins are awesome. They're great. They're just great. I know I'm drinking a lot of water, but I haven't been staying very hydrated today, so that's why I'm drinking a lot. Cringler Stingler, I don't appreciate that comment. You could retract your donation. I'm not going to answer that. Michael Thompson, he says, you're legitimately one of my favorite people. Thank you for existing, and thank you for providing a soundscape to many evenings at my desk. I've been building a website by myself for about 8 months, and I launched it a week ago on the next.design. Well, that's his website. Yeah, you could check it out. He left a very, very nice contribution, of course, and thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate your kind words and your very generous contribution. It's always shocking that people would ever contribute that much, but thank you very much, Michael. I really appreciate it. It helps. It really helps keep everything running here, as I said before. Heyol, he says, if given the chance, would you join the Illuminati? Well, not just the Illuminati, but I'm already part of an even more lucrative organization, the Bell-Luminati. Ooh, that's crazy. Hi, Reviewbrah, love your content from across the Atlantic. Any chance you could say, I just found crumbs in my bag and it's disgusting. Thanks again. I just said it. I'm just going to take that at face value, and I looked in the bag and there were some crumbs in it and it was disgusting. Any other meaning to it I don't recognize. Keeping with live stream tradition, show us your shoes. Love the content. Oh, fine. Yeah, it is tradition. You're right, it is tradition. And, yeah, what the heck. I'll show you my shoes. I'm wearing a new pair, actually. This is a new pair of shoes. Brand new. Got these around a little after New Year's. So, yeah, let me show you the new shoes I got on now. I'll try at least. You can see these shoes right here. New shoes. New shoes. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't, I don't know. But those are the shoes. Those are the shoes. Those are the glorious shoes. There they are. There they are. Glorious. Yep, there we go. Because as I said, there's a delay, so I'm looking at myself showing the shoes right now. And yeah, it came out fine. No problem there. Have you watched Twin Peaks? If not, you should. No, I've never watched Twin Peaks. That's something that I kind of have planned out for the future, because so many people, I mean, so many people compare me to that, and I figure at some point I'm just gonna have to sit down and just maybe just go through it, just watch it, and you know, go from there, because I know I get compared to that so often. Let's see what else. Love from Toronto. My wife Cassie and I love you. Shout out to our daughter River. We are raising a new generation of Report of the Week fans. Thank you very much, and best to you all. Sophia Lilly. Shout out to you. She says, give me a shout out. I love your channel so much. Yes, big shout out to Sophia Lilly. Reviewbrah, what is your opinion on Alice in Chains and Soundgarden? Much love from Kentucky. Yeah, they're pretty good. Admittedly, those two groups I haven't done a ton of listening. Like, I have a couple songs from each that I might listen to, but I wouldn't say I'm, you know, extreme fans, but or anything like that. But I've done some listening of them. How do you say it? Michelle, not Mitchell. Michelle G. Thank you. Jacob, have you tried Jimmy John's sandwiches before? It's great to spend this Friday evening with you. Thanks for doing this stream. Well, it's my pleasure to do this stream. As I said earlier, I had some really bad anxiety before that. I felt like I was going to just full-blown throw up. I was so scared and nervous. But I was able to settle in, and it's going good. It's going nicely. And, yeah, well, it's my pleasure to do this stream for you, just to do some live chat, Q&A, just a little miscellaneous talk, you know, whatever it is. And I haven't done a lot of Jimmy John's stuff lately. Ever since I discovered the public subs, I've just been going there pretty much non-stop to get my my glorious chicken tender subs, because those are amazing. I mean, those are incredible. I love those things. They do them like no other. So I haven't been eating a lot of Subway or Jimmy John's or anything like that. Just a lot of public subs. All right, we're getting down to it. The real Chris G, thank you. Do you ever wear casual clothes other than suits? No, I don't, actually. This to me is like my casual wear, what I'm wearing right now, because I'm not wearing a suit. This is kind of what I might be wearing if I don't even leave the house, where I'll just have a vest and some, you know, some dark gray or black pants and some black shoes, and the cardigan over that with a tie. And this is kind of my casual wear at the moment, maybe my winter casual wear. But for instance, like if there was something that demanded it, again, I keep referencing Hurricane Irma, but after that hit, and there was debris everywhere and I needed to clean it up, I wore a pair of like khakis and a short sleeve dress shirt with no tie, and that's what I kind of wore to clean that up, you know. So that's what I did. That's what I wore. All right, what else do we have? Do you game at all? No, I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a big gamer, bro. Guess that's what they call them. No, I was saying last night, I don't really do a lot of gaming. You know, I would sometimes play RuneScape on and off, but you know, I don't really play that anymore. I'll play Solitaire. Sometimes I downloaded the Windows, what was that, like the Windows 7 Solitaire on the computer, and I played about 500 games of that. So I really like my Solitaire. I've been doing that, and I play Mahjong Titans. It's a good one. Some assorted Flash games here and there, but nothing really interesting, you know, or at least nothing that I think a lot of people would find interesting. But yeah, I'm a Solitaire fiend. Can't say I'm very good at it, but you know, I play it. It's fun. It's fun for me. Super Mega, we love your review, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Master DF writes, I love your channel. I don't usually make food reviews on my channel, but I did one in honor of you. Please tell me what you think. All right, I'm going to check it out after this. Allow me to write down the name so I could look it up later. And I'll check it out. I'll see what I think of it. I'm just trying to... There we go. Alex, he says, could you all do us a favor and go ahead and brush your shoulders off? Well, if I did that, then my shoulders would fall off. How could you brush your shoulders off? Doesn't that mean they would just fall off if I was brushing? No, I'll do it for you. Why not? Trying to do it extra spiffy. I tried to do it even extra spiffy for you. So I hope you're satisfied with that. What else do we have here? What do you think about cryptocurrency? Also, have you ever upgraded your Taco Bell from beef to chicken? It's great. Well, cryptocurrency, first and foremost, I keep kicking myself for this because, you know, I knew about Bitcoin back in like 2020, probably early 2015 or so. And man, I wish I just like invested a couple $100 into it then. Boy, I could have made out, but I just didn't know, you know. So right now, you know, I missed the train on that one. Maybe there's a couple other cryptocurrencies, but now since it's popular, you know, since everyone knows about it, it's going to be tough because now you have so many competing cryptocurrencies. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting and seeing what the future holds. But I really wish I invested in it when I knew about it earlier before it, you know, got really big. But hey, I didn't know. Trying to get upset and blame myself over that is like saying, you know, I wish I went down to the Circle K 3 hours ago and bought a scratch-off ticket because I would have won the grand prize had I done that, you know? It's something that you can't get upset about because you didn't know. So, let's see what else we got. Gibby. the Gibby. What, was that from iCarly, that name? I don't know. But anyway, he says, you're great. Thanks for being amazing. Much love. Well, thank you. Foxling, big shout out to you. Shout out to Foxling. Oscar Wilde, is it the Oscar Wilde? I don't know, but he writes, love you and your content. Perfect background for knitting. Del Taco is not Mexican food. R, capital E, capital E. Played any video games recently? If so, what? No video games recently. I mentioned unless you consider Solitaire to be a video game. No, you're right. Del Taco isn't real Mexican food, but it's probably more authentic than Taco Bell, you know. How do you feel about pancakes, waffles used as buns for breakfast sandwiches? And could you say mashed potatoes for me, please? Well, that has been said. And yeah, I have nothing against that. I mean, I think waffles will probably make a bit better of a bun for a breakfast sandwich than a pancake would. That's my opinion. But I think that's what would work out the best because I think pancakes can be, they just don't have the structural integrity that a waffle has, you know. But I don't have anything against that. I am not a vehement opponent for that. Let's see what else. Have you ever had Moe's Southwest Grill? been wanting to try it, but I haven't heard many things about it. No, I haven't, I'm afraid, so I'm just, you know, just as in the dark as you are, I suppose. Let's see what else. Eliza, she says hi. Hello to you. Ignacio, time to gamble. I've ordered some Burger King and it's about to arrive. If the fries are good and crisp, I'll donate you $100 US. Yeah. I doubt they're going to be very good and crisp, I'm afraid. I highly doubt that. Perseus DX, thanks for the great shows on Shortwave. Jordan from Northern Ireland, former Golden 80s Rewind. Hey, Jordan, great to hear from you. I've listened to your show back when you did Radio Northern Ireland, even. I listened to that on Shortwave. Might have even sent you a reception report. I used to listen to your shows on RMI all the time. And I got your 2 reception reports for the broadcasts, and I'm going to be sending you 2 EQSL cards also for them, so don't worry about that. I got your reports, and they're going to be verified soon, and thank you for being a, you know, a diligent Shortwave listener, Jordan. Ariel, you are honestly my everything. Well, thank you kindly. Keenan, what is your favorite cereal? Favorite cereal? I'm not a big cereal eater. I don't have an answer for you there. I have different thoughts on every cereal. I mean, you know, the French toast one is pretty good. Lucky Charms can be good, though I just like eating the marshmallows out of that. What else? Let's see what we have. Reviewbrah, I've been watching your videos since the famous pan pizza review. I just want to let you know how proud, I just want to let you know I'm so proud of how you've grown over the years. Don't ever stop being yourself. You're a true inspiration from Max. Thank you, Max. And, well, thank you very much. You know, it's crazy the way things have gone. You know, I've just been making these videos as they come, and you know, I'm going to keep it up. And that's where that stands. So thank you very much for that. I'm going to respond to a few more questions, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent, kind of like an independent little just monologue. I want to talk about Goodwill for a second. Goodwill thrift stores, and then I'll get back to some Q&A. Alex, this is for brushing your shoulders off. Well, my pleasure. Salamander Man, I love you. Reviewbrah, I'm a fan from the Philippines. Thank you for helping me through hard times. More power to you. Thank you very much. I remember your email too. You sent an email for the broadcast, said you were listening from the Philippines, so thank you for tuning in from there also, and thank you for your contribution. Let's see what else. Drew Matz, I've recently been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and ADHD. On top of it, I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and hypothyroidism. Any advice? I'm an introvert also. Well, one of the most important things is having a support network of some sort, and that differs for everyone. You know, for some it could be family, it could be loved ones. For some it could be a therapist. For some it could be group therapy. For others it can be, you know, material things. It could be like music and all of that. And having that support network is a very important thing. Because you know, I mean, heck, I have my bad days, you know, and that's a very, very important thing to have. And you know, also when it comes down to it, of course, in terms of the cholesterol and all that, just try to maintain a diet. You know, you could find a lot more about all of this online from people who are 50 times more qualified than I am to give any sort of advice in regards to that. Let's see what else we have. We got a few more. Your wit is legendary, brah. Hope you're feeling better. Do you mind saying shout out to Simple Flips? Yep, well, Simple Flips got a shout out. And thank you for your kind words. I am feeling better from the anxiety this evening, and also I had a cold about a month ago, or a little bit more recent than that, but I am feeling good from that. We're at the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. We've been going on for about an hour, and I'm just going to keep it going. I'm getting into the groove. I'm feeling it, so we're just going to keep this going. Lee Barrow, he says, recent subscriber, love the entertainment. One day, can we get a modern slim fit suit with a skinny tie? We love you, go Knights. I don't know. I personally like wearing the 90s and 80s suits and the more traditional cut suits, but if you actually want, believe it or not, go back to the videos from like 2013, I'd say. Like late 2013. And I wasn't really focusing on cuts and styles of suits. So you'll see I was wearing some more modern suits back then with some skinny lapels and stuff, and you could see how I looked in them, you know. It was a couple years ago, granted, but I did wear that stuff. Hand Shandy, can I get a shout out, man? And Solitaire, let's play. Shout out, of course. Let's see what else we got. Haley, she says, hi Reviewbrah, just thought I'd recommend Mac DeMarco for you, because why not? Hope you're feeling better, keep up the good work. Yep, thank you. Mac DeMarco's good, I've played a couple of his songs, a couple people request it, that works out good, and yeah, Mac DeMarco, he does a lot of good stuff. I like what he does. Some good music there. Let's see what else. Where do you buy your suits? I get them from thrift stores, believe it or not. Just get them from the thrift stores. You know, and that's just where it comes down to. All right, what else do we have? And then I'm gonna go, and as I said, I wanted to give a little tangent on Goodwill thrift stores, and then we'll just go back to some more Q&A. Sorry I keep doing this with my lips. They're just rather chapped. I think I have a little, I know the color is funny, but I think I have a little bit of stuff right here to put on. It's because they're getting chapped, so I need to put on some chapstick. That's what happens in the winter. Dry air does it to you, I'll tell you that. Alright, that's better. Alright. See, that's what happens in the winter when the air gets dry like that. Sometimes you know how it is. That's why chapstick exists for a reason, I'll tell you that. Anyway, a few more questions. Ignacio, he says, wow, what are the odds? The Burger King fries just arrived. They're crisp and amazing. Lucky day indeed. Here you go, 105 US dollars. Wow. What are the odds on that? That's probably, there was like a 2% chance of that happening, so, that's crazy. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ignacio. And I hope you enjoy your fries, too. I hope you enjoy it. They could be a pleasant snack. Pivot77, he says, play old school RuneScape. You'd have many viewers. Yeah, well, it's just not, you know, as I said, I'm just not in the RuneScape mood at this moment, but you never know what the future holds. And one last question for now. Lennon, he says, what's your favorite item from Wendy's? Well, he says, and all the people saying 2,000, that's not $2,000. It translates to 105 US dollars, which is still very, very, very nice. But that's just the foreign currency conversions for those who might be confused in the chat. But thank you again very much, Ignacio. Favorite item from Wendy's, I like their spicy chicken sandwich. Though honestly, I haven't been enjoying a lot from Wendy's lately. Some of their stuff's gone downhill for me. But that's just my 2 cents. Alright, so I want to give a little bit of a talk. I'm going to give a little bit of a monologue, so I'm going to stop answering questions for a couple minutes. Because I want to give a little monologue, and then we'll be back to doing some Q&A. So this last week, I decided to get out a little bit, because for a while I had been doing some thrift store shopping. You know, I was big with thrifting and going around there. You know, number one, you could find some cool attire that you're not going to really find on the rack in any mainstream department store. And if you find the same thing online, the price is probably going to be higher. And then you got to pay for shipping too. And I like going to thrift stores. I always liked doing that. You can look around, you can find suits and everything that, you know, especially for me in the styles that I like to wear. And sometimes you can find some really good stuff that you could even resell and try to make a little bit of a profit on that too. Or anyway, I used to like to go to thrift stores a lot, especially the Goodwill thrift stores and some local ones also. And anyway, this last week I had the chance to go to a couple Goodwills again. And I went to one Goodwill first. It was up it was near Daytona Beach. And it was a very big Goodwill. It's very, very big. And one of the employees there recognized me, which I do. I think someone asked a little while back, do you get recognized when you go out in public? And I do. I got recognized by one of the employees at the Goodwill there. But I was looking around, and I always try to look around and see what I could find, and that went over fine. Then I went to another Goodwill the other day, and I almost found the suit that I was interested in getting. It was like a, I don't know, a houndstooth suit maybe. It was, go back to the review of mine where I reviewed the Ghost Pepper wings and look at the jacket that I was wearing there. It was a full suit in that pattern, and the jacket fit all right, and the pants were triple pleated like 90s style pants. So it was a suit in a style that I would wear, and it fit. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm gonna go with this one. It's $20, and I was thinking about it. But I decided not to do it, and I'll tell you why. The unfortunate thing about going to thrift stores, you're going to see some interesting stuff there. I mean, that's a guarantee. You're going to see suits, especially if you like wearing like 80s, 90s stuff, you're going to find a lot of that there. You like older technology, you're going to find a lot of that there. I found the suit, and I was almost going to get it, but it was just, it was cheap. It was just cheap trash. And unfortunately, there's a reputation that goes around with getting suits from thrift stores. People kind of make fun of them. They say, that's a thrift store suit. That's just a piece of garbage thrift store suit, and it's like a derogatory term. Honestly, there's some very, very high quality suits from a thrift store. I mean, I got one suit from a thrift store. It's from the mid '80s, and it still had the price tag from the era on, and it was worth like $1,000 back in the '80s. Considering inflation, this would be a very, very expensive suit, and there it was on the thrift store rack for $10. So you could still get some very quality garments and articles of clothing from a thrift store. It's not all garbage, but there was this one suit that was there. I was almost gonna get it, but it was a piece of trash. I mean, it was legitimate garbage. It was like it was made out of like plastic or something. It had a good color scheme, and I liked the way it was styled, but it wouldn't hold up. That was literal garbage. I mean, I like Goodwill. I like the way it's laid out. I mean, it's a very organized thrift store. I've been to some more smaller independent thrift stores that are nice too, but some of them smell like there was one store that smelled like someone defecated all over the clothing in there, and that was very unpleasant. And there's others that are just very, very dirty and dingy, and there's some that are good too. But the one thing that does bother me about Goodwill is, and you could look this up too, it's the fact that they pay some of their employees like 20 cents an hour, and that's disappointing. I wish, and it's like one of those corporate loopholes, the way it goes. But that's just sad and disappointing. Like Goodwill is the best of the thrift stores out there, but it's disappointing to me that they can kind of get away with that, and that's sad. Yeah, it's sad to me. Am I still going to be going to Goodwill because they're the best game in town? Yeah, but it's disappointing. What the F is wrong with your fan base? I didn't see anything wrong with it. That's what someone asked in the chat. That's why I was responding. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, that was my little tirade, you can say, on Goodwill. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. All right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have a little bit of a snack at this point, so I'm gonna have a banana. Here comes the onslaught of dirty comments, but I'm just gonna eat a banana. That's all. I'm legitimately hungry. I haven't had anything to eat all day, so I'm gonna just have a snack. Yep. Eating a banana on a live stream at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. Doesn't get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is my evening snack. And I like the bananas. They have a good taste to it, and I've always been a fan of them. When I was a kid, I was actually a little bit scared of banana punches after I watched some stupid documentary saying that sometimes tarantulas can hide in the bananas or something. I was worried that some giant spider was going to come around and leap out of the bananas at me or something, but that has yet to happen. Well, I don't really have much to say on this banana. I mean, it's banana flavored. It's a banana flavored banana, you know. It's going down easy. It's pretty soft, you know. Moderate banana flavor to it. So that's what I have to say there. It's, you know, again, it's pretty soft. Not too chewy, as I said, going down smooth. Cross section for you all. You're watching the peak of my life right here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is as good as it gets. I mean, this is it at its best. Yep. Going smooth. I think we got enough for one more bite, don't you think? All right, that's good enough. I'll just lay this down here ceremoniously. Wash it down. Yeah, it was a Chiquita banana. It was. Looks like, I guess I had to take that other sip. How do you read all this? Well, I have the chat there, and I know it's going by fast, but you know, I read what I can read, and then when I get the super chats, they come up in a separate tab, so that makes it easier to read right there. Someone says, so happy I can catch you live. How are you doing? Doing good. Doing good. Again, had a bad anxiety attack earlier, but it was, you know, doing better now. Rating for the banana, if someone wants a rating. Well, I wasn't disappointed with it. You know, they marketed it to be banana flavored, and it was. So that's, you know, that's a positive. I mean, the banana flavor was really the only prominent flavor that I could detect in it, which is good. You know, a lot of things, they come with twists and turns where it's a little bit of banana and a little bit of, you know, another flavor or some sort of synthetic concoction. But yeah, the banana flavor was there. As I said, went down easy, went down smooth. It's relaxing. It comes in its own organic preservation, its own wrapping, which is good. That's a good feature that came along with it, so that's good to see too. Environmentally friendly. So all in all, I think it was pretty good. Tasted good. Honestly, out of 10, I'm going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. 9.4. I was pretty impressed by it. It was pretty solid, and yeah, thought it was a pretty good banana, as they call it. That's what they call them, bananas. Alrighty. I'm gonna go through a few more super chats. Why not, right? Do some more Q&A. As I said, this is Q&A, miscellaneous talk, just giving my thoughts on random things, talking about random things, eating a banana here and there, snacking away, and, answering some Q&A too. And again, thank you to all of you who have been doing the super chat. This is a great way to help the channel out. Again, in light of all the demonetization stuff. As a matter of fact, if you think I'm making that up, I actually had to take a picture of it on my phone here. Let me see if I could find it. See, right there. See, it says it's demonetized right there. See that? It was demonetized. Hope you could see that, but I had to take a picture of the screen there to prove that it was. And so that helps. It really does help, because when it gets demonetized, that's it takes a big hit to their revenue. And I know a lot of people like to just go full on against YouTube, saying, I hate YouTube for doing this and that and whatever. But you can't completely bite the hand that feeds you. Thanks to YouTube, we're here right now doing this live stream, and this channel is where it's at. It's a frustration. Things get sorted out in the end, but again, because of that, these super chats really do kind of help where there might have been a loss otherwise. So thank you to all of you who have been helping out with the super chats. It's very, very much appreciated. And with that being said, I'll get to a few more of them. How's that? So let's see where we left off on that, and I'll just answer a few more questions for you. No problem there. Reviewbrah, I love your channel. Keep up the good moves. My friend Gino introduced me to your channel. Could you please give him a shout out? Absolutely, big friend to Gino. Smiling iPad, is that what it is? Smiling iPad, love your content. Thank you kindly. Let's see what else we have. Been a fan of yours since you started making videos, and since then you've grown to be my favorite YouTuber. Keep doing what you do. What are some of your favorite books? Admittedly, I read a book pretty recently. It was called House of Leaves by Mark Danielewski. That's a book that's going to you need a lot of time and dedication. It's not for everyone. I enjoyed that book immensely. It was an incredible book, and Danielewski, he's a good writer. I was going to say artist, but he's a very good writer. He's very, very, very creative, and I liked the book. That's my most recent read. Otherwise, I've been reading a lot of newspapers, news magazines, and all that, and just keeping up to date on current events and the like. Let's see what else we have. The Unknown Salad, not the known salad, but the Unknown Salad. Hello, sir. Well, hello to you. I like the name, the Unknown Salad. I guess there is an unknown salad out there. Will Idle Mind make a return in the near future? This is a topic that I wanted to bring up myself. A lot of people mention the Idle Mind, I had a bunch of those back in 2012. And honestly, a lot of people just watched them for the cringe, because I was just a little kid. I didn't really know what I was doing half the time. And the Idle Mind is an interesting thing, because sometimes it needs to be said outright. The random videos that I do now, You know, like look back to the video that I did with the hair, you know, or how I've been styling my hair through the years. And you know, you look back to that. That's really the modern equivalent of the idle mind. I might not be saying this is the idle mind, but really that's the modern equivalent of it. So the idle mind, maybe not in the exact name, it still exists, it's still around, it's still right there where it is. It's just under a different name, just as random videos. But really, that is what the idle mind has become, just these random videos. Let's see what else we have. Random Dude, he says, I hope you enjoy your banana. Thank you. Let's see. Allison, she says, gotta take care of your health, brah. Respect. Well, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Whoopsie Daisy writes in, do you have a P.O. box where we can send you things? No, again, not at this moment. Once I get kind of settled to a specific location, I'm going to open a P.O. box, and then you'll be able to. And I'm also going to give the P.O. box out on the air, so listeners who tune in on shortwave who have no internet, they can send postal correspondence also. But it'll be coming. That's something I'm going to get done in 2018. Noah, he says to keep up with the current memes. Yeah, the stupid Tide Pod one. I already gave my thoughts on that, and I think you know my thoughts on it. I think it's one of the most idiotic things I've seen in you know, in recent days. It's so idiotic. I don't get it. It's just something that literally it bounces off of me. I just don't understand. I'm lost. I don't understand it. I don't see how someone can see a Tide Pod and think that that's tasty, or even have the desire to say like, oh, a Tide Pod, wow, it's a chemical composition for laundry. Let me eat this. I just don't understand it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of you Tide Podders out there. I don't get it. I don't recommend it. You're killing yourself by doing that, if you ask me. What are your thoughts on the Asiago chicken sandwich from Wendy's? My favorite item on the menu. It's the only one I can get with some fries. You know what? I'm just going to give you an honest answer. I'm sure I reviewed it at some point, but I don't remember, I'm afraid. You know, I bet I reviewed it, and you can go back and take a look, but I've just reviewed so many things, sometimes I can't just articulate what one thing tasted like off the top of my head. But, you know, you could check back, see if I did a review of it, and there's your answer. What are your thoughts on Bob Ross? You have similar characteristics to him. I liked him. I liked Bob Ross. He, you know, I liked his show that he did. It was very nice to see. Very relaxing, you know, very, very soothing. And if I have any similar characteristics, it's a mere coincidence. Can you please give us a full review of the muffin? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but maybe at some point. Lewis, he says, dinner with Reviewbrah. Could I get a shout out to Katie, Ezra, and Lydia? Thanks, Reviewbrah. Absolutely. Big shout out to Katie, Ezra, and Lydia. That was from Lewis Wade. And Young Router, he says, if you could eat at one restaurant for the rest of your life, which restaurant would it be? Could we get an explanation of the UCF flag in the back? Well, it's a UCF flag, and it's there on the back of the door, and that's all that there is to it there. One restaurant for the rest of my life. See, that's tough. I mean, that's tough. Gosh. I don't even know if I can give an answer to it, because no matter what it is, like if I picked like my favorite pizza place, right? If I picked like a pizza place, I love pizza. It'll get boring eventually after a whole lifetime. If I picked McDonald's, even despite their varied menu, it'd get boring. Anything would, so that's really tough. I mean, if I wanted to give you a borderline controversial answer, I would say Publix, because it's not a restaurant, but it's a full-blown supermarket full of stuff, and that'd be enough to keep you going for a while with some variety there. Let's see if we have anything else. It's Sugar Boy. Says, I love your review, bra. Is your name John? Yep, my name's John. It's my name. And, let me just check. I think we're good with that. We're all caught up there. Let me see if we got anything else here in the chat that's coming through. I still see that. Some of these things are just crazy. Review some vegetarian or vegan burgers. That's, as I said, there's a lot of stuff planned for 2018, and I might try to do some of those going forward. You know, no problems there. On a well, not a final note, I think I'm going to end this stream in a little bit. I'm still going to keep it going for, you know, a couple more minutes, but on one note, just to kind of get this out there, I always appreciate fan art for the channel. If you have any sort of, you know, creative aspirations or inspirations, because I really don't have much artistic talent. I can't really do much drawing except in an abstract type of style. But if you ever want to do any fan art for the channel, submit it. I might feature it. You could always submit anything to repweekinterview1@gmail.com. Also, I always recommend you check out the radio show. You could find it on Shortwave. You could find it on TuneIn, on SoundCloud. If you want more info on that, send me an email, VORWINFO@gmail.com. So I just wanted to get that out there. A few more coming in. Orange Slices 49. Why are you always so serious? Well, I don't think I'm always so serious. Maybe it's just my demeanor that seems so, but like right now, I consider myself, I'm just, you know, I'm just pretty, at least the way I see it, I'm just kind of, you know, sitting here just doing some casual Q&A. I don't, you know, consider it serious, but I guess some people just see the demeanor and maybe they perceive any sort of calmness to be seriousness. I don't know, but no, I'm not always serious about everything all the time. Adam, he says, hello from England, Reviewbrah. My friends and I enjoy your British wit sense of humor. I was introduced to you by Joel, who turns 20 years old next month. Could he get a shout-out? Absolutely. Big shout-out to Joel. And that was from Adam. Adam in England. Hi, I loved your Amtrak review. I love trains, so thank you for supporting our national rail system. May you have good travels in the future. Thank you kindly. I was actually watching one of those live streams recently. There's a live stream out there by some rail fans. I think they set it up in, I don't know if it was in Ashland or Asheville, Virginia. At least one of you probably know what I'm talking about. Where it's a live stream of the train tracks, and it says 24/7 live stream, and you could just sit there, you can watch the cars go by, you can watch freight trains go by, you could watch the Amtrak trains go by, and, you know, sometimes I'll watch it. I think it's fun. Cam, he says, why? I said it in such dramatic emphasis because that's how he wrote it. Well, why what? No, I'm not going to be giving that person a shout-out. Coil, I'm not going to be giving that person a shout-out. And I don't know what that is either, so I'm just going to steer clear of that. This person says, hey, John, your house smells like a bowling alley. You bet it does, and it smells like a really good bowling alley, too. Sure does. Come to my house and review my bed. I'd rather not, but thank you for the offer. And Cam, also thank you for your contribution as well. Predictions for the Super Bowl. I predict that one team is going to win and one team is going to lose. That's the official Reviewbrah 2018 Super Bowl prediction. Right there. How do you manage your weight? Well, I just don't have much of an appetite, so I don't eat a lot. Like that banana, you know, that's the only thing that I've eaten today. a banana, some water, and some coffee. Maybe a bite of the muffin or something like that. So I don't really do a lot of eating, and I try to stay active. You know, I try to. These last few months, I was doing a lot of moving of stuff, a lot of moving boxes and items, and that, of course, takes, you know, expends some energy doing that. And I try to keep active, try to do the walks, high metabolism, all that. So, you know, I guess that's how I'm able to. But trust me, in a couple years, once my metabolism fully slows down, considering my diet, you know, it's only going to be natural that I gain some weight. That's true. It's just the natural progression of things. That's what happens to everyone as they age. I'm going to scan around on the shortwave real quick. I just want to. No other reason, honestly. I don't think I'm going to pick up anything. I've been getting a lot of interference inside, but I'm going to scan around for the heck of it. I'm going to see if I could even pick up a single thing. That's Alex Jones. Doesn't sound very good. That's from Cuba. That's from Cuba, too. I'm just scanning around. I'm just doing what I do. Weak preacher from station WTWW, Tennessee. WWCR in Nashville. Another preacher, WWCR. This is a good station I listen to, Radio Marti. They broadcast right here down to Florida and Cuba. They always come in good. There's your station ID. Yeah. Usually listening is always better outside, honestly, but I was just doing a quick scan because that's just what I do. This is just a random stream, and oh, this is just as random and spontaneous as it gets. Yeah, usually I just go outside when the weather's nice. I'll connect a bigger antenna, and I'll be able to hear a lot. AM, FM, that was actually shortwave radio that I was listening to. And that one station, Radio Marti, it's a Spanish station, but they, especially in the evenings on the weekends, they play a lot of good music, and it just comes in so strong, so I just leave that station on, and they usually play some good stuff. So I just listen to that. Anyway, I think a few more super chats came in. The Jose report, he says, this is a long-awaited question. Do you watch anime? No, I do not. I don't. Dusty Cake, my dude, he says, why don't you play video games? Well, it just doesn't have an appeal to me. You know, just like with shortwave radio, right? Like, I know there's a lot of people in my audience who I've, you know, turned to shortwave radio, and they might listen too, but there's people out there that see me listening to the radio like that, and they might think to themselves, you know, why does he waste his time scanning around listening to these staticky stations and some religious stuff and some Spanish station, you know? They don't see the appeal in it. It just doesn't seem interesting. And I say that in a negative light, but that's just how I see video games too, you know? Maybe I just don't have that level of interest that I might have once had. You know, that could always change going forward. But at the same time, just because video games aren't for me, as I kind of reiterate many a time, doesn't mean that I hate video games in general, you know. I just don't play them, you know. That's all there is to them. Let's see. Katie, she says, can you give a shout out to my fiance Blaze? We love your videos. He's a huge fan of the Report of the Week. Okay, big shout out to Blaze. Thank you for your contribution. Hi, Reviewbrah. Can you tell Lee that they are better than Popeyes butterfly shrimp? Thanks. Well, it's out there now. It's been said. It's been said. It's been said and done. Please eat more than that banana or I'll cry. I'll eat more. I'll eat more than that later. Don't worry. I'm not really very hungry at this moment. I'm not, I'm just not hungry. But I'll eat more. I'll eat more when I get hungry. Don't worry. Before the day is through, I'll have something else to eat. Do you have an amateur radio license? If so, what is your call sign? I don't have an amateur radio license. I'm just a SWL, as they say, a shortwave listener. I just listen for the interesting programs I can pick up, the international broadcasters. And I do a radio show myself on some stations that broker their airtime. WRMI over here in Okeechobee, Florida. I'm actually going to do a station tour of them soon. And soon I'm going to be broadcasting with WINB in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I used to broadcast with WBCQ in Monticello, Maine, but I can't afford it anymore, so I had to pull the plug on that, actually, just starting February 1st. And I also used to broadcast with a station in Bulgaria. They're called Spaceline Ltd. And that was to Europe, the Middle East, and all that. And again, I couldn't afford that, so I had to pull the plug there too. But I just listen and broadcast my show. Sage, he says, in the In-N-Out Burger Double review, you claim a loud noise is simply a car. Is that true? Nonetheless, love your content. Keep it up. Well, maybe it was a car. It depends on your definition of a car. It had a number of wheels and a number of engines. So maybe it was a car. What else do we have? I think Katie writes in again, can you give a shout out to my fiance Blaze? All right, well, shout out number 2 then to Blaze. He gets 2 shout outs because there were 2 super chats requesting one. Let's see. My dude, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I got hella love for your content. In a way, it challenges the status quo of review content on YouTube. Much love. Thank you very much for your contribution, and thank you for your kind words. And also, have you ever thought about reviewing cigarettes? No, I'm afraid I haven't. I'm not, I don't smoke. And shout out to Peter and Mary from Maryland. Also KFC or Popeyes. That's tough. I'd say Popeyes. KFC has been consistently downhill. Popeyes has been all over the place. So, KFC, I like their popcorn chicken. Those are good. Back around 2010, I used to go to KFC a lot more often. I would get their snackers. You remember those? The snacker sandwiches? I'd get those. And I would also get their buffalo wings. And, I mean, if you ever remember that, the buffalo wings from KFC, like from a couple years ago, those were like so incredibly spicy. I don't know what it was about them, but those were really, really spicy, man. That was crazy. But usually I'll go with Popeyes over KFC, but I think each place has some good things and some bad things. Admittedly, though, the Popeyes ghost pepper wings, I know I kind of made it a big joke over the spiciness and lack thereof, but those are solid for what they were. It's not ghost pepper tier spiciness, but they were pretty good, They were pretty good. I'd actually recommend them, even though I made such a big deal over the spiciness. For wings, they're actually pretty good. Dasani or Aquafina, Dasani. That's usually what I would go. When are you going to stop acting? Well, I'm not acting, unfortunately. So I'm afraid you'll be disappointed because this is me. It's not an act. I know some people are very, very adamant when they go ahead and say it is, but that's the only answer I have for you, unfortunately. What is your favorite fast food place? Let's see. Favorite fast food place. Well, for a while it used to be Steak and Shake. Chick-fil-A is pretty good too. Though McDonald's, I still find myself coming back to McDonald's. I still find myself coming back there. They just do a good job there. What's your favorite Starbucks drink? Starbucks drink fluctuates. It fluctuates every so often. Like, when I first started going there, my favorite was the caramel macchiato. Then it changed over to the, I believe it was the iced white chocolate mocha, which I'm actually drinking right now. And then it changed even further to the iced vanilla latte. But now I still go between the two. I like a lot of the stuff from Starbucks. I know they have the blonde roast now, and I've been trying that out. That's pretty good. I've had a few of those already, and that's, it's pretty solid for what it is. I think we got another question. How old are you? I'm in my 20s. In my 20s, that's where it is when it comes down to age. And Allison, she says, what is your favorite movie? I just don't have a favorite movie at this point. I'm just, when it comes down to all those things, I'm very intermediate when it comes down to that. I'm just ever transient, and I don't have a single favorite, single favorite thing. I'm just very open to all that stuff. Someone said you need a moderator, but it's okay. The chat's going so fast anyway. If anyone says anything bad, it's going to get lost in it. It's... And all the stupid stuff, I just block it out. I already try to have a filter with the most grievous stuff that isn't even displayed. And, I think if someone were to spend all the time moderating it when a chat moves so fast, it'd just be, I don't know, counterintuitive, since there's just, the chat is, again, already just going so fast, Oh yeah, well, a lot of people think that I'm I'm 13 or whatever, but I'm older than that. I know I have a baby face. I know that I look like I'm a little kid wearing his dad's suits, but I'm older than that. I am. Whether it is to one's disappointment or not, that's where that stands. Can you please give a shout out to Andrew? That comes from Algonquin Moose. Shout out to Andrew. And Oliver, he says, which water do you prefer? Well, it depends. I mean, right now I like a couple types of water. I like, of course, the Starbucks iced water, which is complimentary. I like Zephyr Hills water. You could find that in Florida. The Great Value varieties are pretty good. I said this in the last stream, and I'll say it again. The Poland spring water, you could find that in the Northeast, I think. That one was just disappointing to me. I know there's people that love that stuff, but to me that was just too chemical tasting for my liking. And Iwan, he says, did you hear the joke about the German sausage? It was the worst. Classic. And also, shout out from Adelaide, Australia. Would you rather be feared by the masses or loved? I wouldn't want to be feared, because that usually therefore gives the implication that you're a bad person. I wouldn't want to be feared. I don't see much good in that. People would associate that with power, but usually if you were to be feared by the masses, you would have done something pretty terrible to get that fear. Alright, well, I'm looking for how long I've been on stream right now. It seems as though I have been here for approximately, well, that's weird. It says I've been live for just 1 hour and 12 minutes, but I really highly doubt that. I started the stream at 9 o'clock p.m., and it's 10:45, right? It's 10:44, which means I've been on the air for about 1 hour and 44 minutes. So I think I'm gonna end it pretty soon. This is a live stream in which I just gave some miscellaneous talk, answered some miscellaneous questions. I'm gonna get to a few last ones, but it's just a miscellaneous stream. I'm just here. I'm talking about some random stuff, just doing some Q&A. Just some random Q&A, just answering the questions as they come in, interacting with the chat, just taking it easy. Did did the magical banana review, which everyone was dying to see. Did a little bit of shortwave scanning, went on a Goodwill monologue. So yeah, just some random Q&A, some random talk, and yeah, I'm gonna keep it going for a couple more minutes, maybe like 5, 10 more minutes, and yeah, then I'm gonna end the stream. That is, and that'll be it. So we'll get to a few last questions, and then we'll call it a night. Of course, if you just joined in now and you're hearing me say that this is the end of it, I'm gonna get a copy of this uploaded to YouTube. I don't know if it's gonna be out tonight or not, because there is an issue when the notifications go out late at night. People really, really, really hate that. So I might wait until tomorrow to get the copy of this sent out. I don't know. But if you do want to see a replay of this, it is going to be archived and it is going to get up to YouTube at some point. Maybe not immediately afterwards, considering this late hour, but it will at some point, so don't worry about that. I just say that because I know the last time I did a stream very late and sent the notifications out, like over 1,000 people unsubscribed, which is a huge amount, because they were just that upset to get that notification at 3 a.m. or whatever. So I don't want to. It's very bad for the channel. So I might wait, until tomorrow to release the archive of this. But don't worry, if you missed it, I'll get it up for you, and don't worry about that. Someone asked, what are your thoughts about collaborating with other YouTube food reviewers? I don't really do collaborations very much. I mean, again, case-by-case basis. It all depends, but one thing that I do want to try to do with this channel is I want to try to get it known out there that this isn't a food channel exclusively, The primary focus might be food reviews, but as you can see, I do other things too. I do the radio broadcasts, I do, I do random videos, I do random live streams like the one that I'm doing right now, so it's not just a food channel only, rather it's a varied channel with an emphasis on food and food criticism, food reviews, whatever, but it's not 100% food only, and I just want to get that out there, Let's see what, do you shave or just not have facial hair? No, I do shave, I usually have to shave, every day. I do. I don't want to rock the beard or anything, Love the videos. What type of music do you like? That came from That Music Boy. That was with an I, not boy, boy. And, yeah, the type of music that I like, as I've said before, I'm really open to any genre, but I especially like to listen to 90s, early 2000s rock, alternative, indie, but I'm really open to anything. Philbert said you should learn Spanish so you could follow along with the Cuban broadcast. Oh, I've tried. I've tried to learn Spanish. I tried for 5 years, and just my memory was so poor, the retention. When it was focused exclusively on grammar, I could either only focus on the grammar or the words, not one or the other, and it was a mess. It's just very poor memory. The thing with memory, it seems as though everyone else does something that everyone sees as just an excuse and not as a reality. Bad memory. They just think, well, you're just lazy, you have bad memory, that's just BS, you're just not trying hard enough. But a bad memory is a bad memory. Sometimes you can't help. You try your darndest to remember something and to keep trying, and then it still doesn't work out, and that's just how it works. But I wish I was able to learn a language, but I've just struggled so poorly with that. Bryce, he writes in, hey man, love your stuff. Besides your wardrobe, do you enjoy any other vintage interests? Well, I'm not, I just do a little bit of everything throughout the eras, but I'm not one of those people that's like living in the 1940s. I've like shortwave radio, which some would consider a vintage interest, but it's not, not exclusively that. And let's see what else. Griffin, he says from South Australia, love the videos, thank you. Oliver says, will you ever review gum, Reviewbrah? You know, I think I actually did review gum at some point. I think I did. I think there was a time. Now, you could search for this, because I don't know. This might be like a false memory, I don't know. But I think there was a time, like back, I don't know how many years ago it was. I think there was like an energy gum. I think I actually reviewed it or something like that. I don't know, but I think I actually did review gum at some point. But I cannot confirm that. Shout out to Vampira Clark. Okay, shout out there. Channing Williams, can I get a hello? Hello to you. Hello to you. Robert says you're the best, Reviewbrah. Love you. Thank you. What else? Can you give a shout out to Yo-Yo Logo? Yo-Yo Logo. All right, well, it's got its shout out. And last but not least, you remind me of classic comics like Joey Brown. All right, well, thank you for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to wrap things up for tonight. I know I've been streaming for a while, and I think that's going to be it. These live streams are going to be coming out on an infrequent basis, so I might do another one at the end of the month. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to announce it a little bit in advance, so again, stay tuned for that. And like these live streams aren't going to be a weekly thing. They aren't going to be something that I would be doing perhaps every night or every other night or every week even. But this might be something that I'm aiming to do perhaps like twice a month, where I'll just kind of sit here for an hour or two, talk about whatever's on my mind, maybe do a little review, a little miscellaneous talk here and there, and have a chance to just answer a few questions coming from the audience. I had a lot of fun doing this tonight. I know I had some nervous apprehension, but I had a lot of fun doing this, had a lot of fun answering your questions, and I really do thank each and every one of you for being here, for watching, and especially for supporting with the super chats. It's a great way to help keep this channel going in every way. Thank you very much for that. Again, check out the VORW radio show if you're interested. Goes out every Thursday and Sunday online and on Shortwave. More info, vorwinfo@gmail.com. Also, check out our Teespring store if you're interested. Got some new merchandise out there too. teespring.com/stores/the report of the week. And with that being said, I think that's all that I have for you. So that's all that we got. Hope you enjoyed this stream. I'm going to get a copy of it uploaded to YouTube later. So if you're just coming in now and you're seeing that I'm going away, it'll come back. It'll be back. So don't worry about that. And stay tuned for that, and you'll be able to watch it all the way through at your leisure. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and this concludes our live stream. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a very pleasant weekend.